What's going on, people of Cherokee County? Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house, rocking like it's 1999. Dean, what's going on over there with you today?
We had homecoming for where my grandparents was buried.
Oh yeah,
we went over there today and decorated the graves. Went and visited some family.
Well, it's been a real pretty day today.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Supposed to be. It was a little rainy. Then we got a little rain yesterday, I think.
I rolled my windows down. It's a beautiful day, and I left them rolled down for 1 hour, and a cloud come up and actually rained. Can you believe that? Just came out of nowhere. It rained for about a minute.
That's about my luck.
And I never do that either. I never roll my windows down because I think there's a good chance it's going to rain, but I was pretty sure it would not today, and it did.
That's just my luck.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a good day out there in YouTube land. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Dean, we got a new sponsor to come on with us here, Bend the Bar Fitness.
Bend the Bar.
You can contact them guys, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start our podcast up. And
where is Bend the Bar?
It is at 1227. What's going on Applecast and Spotify? A sponsor we just brought on with us. Dane's asked about Bend the Bar Fitness. Jessica and Matt Hensey. You can contact them at 256-996-3570 or 484-7104. And, of course, the Smorgasburg Restaurant. We appreciate them. It is at 1227 East Main Street.
I thought it was on East. That's why I knew it was.
It's across from the old Kubota place where I used to work.
Okay.
It's over there next to them. So
I thought it was in East Center.
We appreciate them for coming on. We'll try to help them a little bit, and they help us a little bit, I guess, And
yeah, they're good people.
They're good people, young kids. They're young to us.
30.
Try to get the.
Sorry, Jessica. 28.
Try to get their, business out there a little more. If it'll help them a little bit, we'll run them out through the summer here or something. Try to give them a good bump.
Yeah, they're doing well. They're getting some. Heard some people say they're going there.
Yeah, it's a really clean place. Real easy to get into, guys. You download an app on your phone and you just click it. It opens up the link to open the door that you go in, and they got the cable machine, flat bench, incline, pec deck stuff, back shoulder, lots of treadmills, 2 tanning beds in the gym there.
Oh, they got 2 tanning beds?
And then they got another tanning bed building that his mom does down away that Sylvia goes to. It's just a tanning bed house. Just a bunch. It's just tanning beds down there, and it's separate. So they got plenty of treadmills in there in the gym, and the bathrooms, clean. Got showers in there. If you want to go in there and shower after you work out, you can rent a locker.
They've been in a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably right at a year, a little over. Yeah. They use a few people there. I go early when I get to go. I go, 7-ish or so.
I was thinking it'd been close to a year.
Yeah. So we appreciate them, and we got some beautiful kids, and
it's
good to see young people in business in the county. And I've known her since she was, I guess, born nearly. We've known her people.
Yeah.
Known Matt some from football at Center, sort of, kind of that group he was around. Somewhere around.
I don't know him.
Cody Blanchard group, maybe, or Caleb Crane. I think he was right there in that area. In which, speaking of Cody Blanchard,
I was fixing to mention
Hall of Fame dinner will be
June 4th.
Yeah, June the 4th. So I'd like to go. I ain't
we
never
go
been to
over
one of them.
about who all's going in.
Yeah,
too.
I hadn't never got to do one of them. So
no, I hadn't either. I wouldn't. I know a lot, which I can't say who, but I was asked to present something to somebody.
Yeah, old Cedar Bluff player.
Yeah, and so hopefully that'll go.
We'll see how that works out. Speaking of local heroes, which he was to us, he was just a year or two ahead of me. Most people already know if they figure out between me and you. Yeah. So we got some local scores today, Dean. I got some little baseball, Spring Garden, their series. They finished up on the season, and see kind of how that went. Center girls area champs over there. That area 4, I think they're in, won the tournament.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So they went in there and beat Jacksonville, and they went out beating White Plains, and they played good. They got a good team. Year. They just have to, when they hit their stride and they're all hitting the ball, they're tough to beat. They are.
We've got some good softball.
We
teams.
do.
Spring Garden's been playing very well.
Absolutely. They'll host their tournament this week also as well. Last Cedar Bluff will host their 1A tournament. So,
right.
So Spring Garden 2A, Cedar Bluff 1, and Sand Rock girls man, they got some hitters. They have at least the Foster girl or somebody or it's hitting home runs in every game. And
did Cedar Bluff play much this week?
I got some stuff on here.
Oh, okay.
I think they played
a lot.
I think they had a game Thursday or something.
Okay.
They're playing some bigger teams right now, kind of getting ready.
Right.
NBA playoffs. Diamond Dean is going to cover some of that, and we're going to chat about some of those games. Giannis had a triple-double today, beating the Celtics in game one at the Garden, which I'm a Celtics fan. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked about that.
I got some USFL scores.
Yeah, I was asking Daddy today how that's still going pretty good.
Yeah, the Stallions are undefeated. And, guys, there's just one last thing we got to do. We're going to cut the Dean cam on. Dean, what do they need to do to stay up to date on what we've got going on here? We'd appreciate it.
Hit the subscribe button.
That's all you got to do. It's just that easy. Just hit the subscribe button, guys. And you'll get us every Sunday night we're on. Now, it's getting to summertime, and we may not be on every Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll probably skip a Sunday here or there. He'll be out of town in June one time.
Yeah.
And then we'll miss, of course, the Sunday, the day after we put on media days, because it's going to be in June. I'm going to release the date pretty soon. I'm getting that set up.
And that's a 3 or 4 hour day or longer. So
yeah, it's at least 3 hours.
They don't come on the next day.
Yeah, we'll probably start at lunchtime on the day we start, and it'll be every time we get 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Which
be
usually
5
comes
teams, be
over.
30 an hour. It's an hour and a half, and it goes over some.
Oh, yeah.
And the guys are eating, the kids are eating, everybody's having a good time.
Plus you got a little break in between. It's
and we
4
have
hour easily.
Get a drink or go stretch your legs or.
I'm gonna go in at 11 this year and eat.
I kind of.
Because I got there last time and ordered, and we were fixing to go on.
Did you like the way we kind of did it this year better? With how we did the baseball?
Yes, I enjoyed that.
We sat on the table.
I like
didn't watch. You can go back on YouTube channel and watch it and find or on my Facebook page.
I love that actually.
We sat down front this time I sat up there at first with the girls and boys and me and you did.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, because honestly, it's not about us.
No, it's not. And we don't have to be seen to do it. I mean, we get seen, whatever, every Sunday.
Yeah.
So, I liked it. We're going to still ask them questions.
Yes, right. And big news, podcast people, we're talking about our media days that we'll have in June. It'll be at lunchtime. It'll be at Easy Street. We're going to have the date on that coming out pretty soon. I've got it set. I think I've got all the coaches lined up. But Jeff Allen from WQSB,
right, he's coming. The
guy that you listen to every Friday night when you get in your car, we hit our local guys up first, Tony and Joey, and listen to another home game of somebody where they were. Right. We could catch scores on that. But for all over the state, and especially North Alabama for sure. Well, they give all over, but specified North Alabama coverage. Everybody knows who Jeff Allen is.
Oh yes, definitely.
So that's going to be great for our kids and coaches that they'll get some representation from.
He's well thought of too.
WQSB. Yeah.
Right. Well, which we wouldn't tell you if he wasn't, but that is big. Everybody knows who Jeff Allen is.
Yeah.
How many people? I mean, so many people listen.
Yeah.
It's just unreal.
Yeah. With him being there, that the audience that he's going to have with him, people that'll be interested, because if he's there, there'll be people interested just because he's there.
Right.
And that means people will be listening about Cherokee County. And that's our whole intentions of, doing what we do is to get more attention to them. And of course, we love to talk about college football too.
Right. Well, he's a big pull, and obviously him or a John Holder or something like that.
Absolutely.
But John Holder's from the county, right?
Spring Garden, went to school over there.
Did not know that till recently.
Yeah. I didn't
in the last year.
Yeah. Well, I met him over there at a game, and we got to talking. He said a little bit of his history, and he's from right over there. Said he wrecked his car down the road, right off in the ditch or something when he was like 15 or 16 or something. And John Holder's a huge part of high school football in the state.
Oh, he is.
For us, because we remember watching him on Friday Night Blitz. He'd come on every Friday night, and, you get home after games or something, and, I mean, he was on, and he was telling you
they're
everything.
They're pretty popular.
And he's still on Facebook for you guys that are interested. He's on Friday nights. He'll bring in a coach and some kids right there in studio, and he stands through the show. He's got a little podium there. Brings on coaches and kids.
I mean, we don't know.
Super nice guy.
We can't get Eli yet.
Well, and you know about John.
Eli Gold.
And I'm not insinuating nothing
Right.
But he's big to me.
Oh yeah,
he's a superstar for us.
Yeah.
But when he seen me, I seen him again at a Spring Garden because his granddaughter was playing on the team. I think that they were playing,
mm-hmm.
and I seen him in the lobby, and he called me out. Hey, how you doing, Matt? Good. I was like, man, John knows who I am.
Well,
it made you feel like, well, he knows who I am. And we just talked about kids and the weather, and we didn't really talk about ball or nothing.
Well, and yes, obviously they're not the biggest names in the state when it comes to football, but when it comes to high school,
yeah,
they're on up there.
No, they're
definitely probably are.
Yeah, these guys we're talking about, Alan and John, they set standards of what it is.
Right, exactly.
Of what you're going to do and what you're going to cover, and I mean they brought attention to schools for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
they both do a good job.
Yeah, so we just want to bring some attention to the guys that we're very appreciative. WQSB will be at the second annual Media Days, brought to you by, of course, Easy Street. Let's just come up there and hang out and do it. And we're appreciative to them. And we always eat, and everybody there eats. Man, the baseball, softball room was full.
Pretty good.
Room was full, like near the whole time. I mean, there's a lot of people there.
And you got a bowling alley next door.
Yeah.
I'm serious. If you won't come,
go
bowling, come there first.
Or go after we get done. We'll be done by 3 or so.
Yeah.
Go over and go bowling. We may go check that out if I'm not too tired.
Just like last year, we ain't going bowling. Done, wasn't you?
Yeah, mentally, it's just because
I went on home and just laid on the couch.
It's a big day, and I'm trying to get stuff ready for like material, some shirts and stuff. I'm trying to get that stuff set up. It's May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's remember, guys, this is May. We're talking about something that's only 6 weeks away or so.
Mm-hmm.
This media day is going to happen, and I got stuff that I want to get done to make it just as ESPN like for media days, just like everybody else gets. So anyway, thank you guys again for tuning in. Appreciate our sponsors, Bend the Bar and Smorgasburg over there at the Cove. Marcus just got in. Been over there today. They have wonderful steaks, shrimps, hamburger steaks, dressing, and the homemade cakes are just crazy good. Red velvet cake to peanut butter pie. So go over there and see Brad and Brasha. They got it going on.
Mom went over there yesterday. I went and got some food for her, and she was pretty impressed with her catfish.
Yeah, nice. Yes,
she got the catfish fingers, but really, it's not a huge fillet, but they're big.
Yeah, it's the 6 inch wide strips and cooked and slaw, hush puppy type stuff. I hadn't had the catfish. I've had about everything but that. Steak was good. I told Brad, and he come out there that night. We went. And I said, just make me a steak. And he said, well, what kind? How?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I trust you. I've known you for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Pick out what steak you like. Cook it how you think it should be cooked. And he brought out about a medium well ribeye. And I mean, you can nearly cut it with the fork. So
yeah, I've been telling people that you not necessarily that you said it, but you did. And I've heard the cook there is very good.
Yeah, he's been doing it for. I used to cook.
That'll keep people coming. I mean, if they know the chef's good,
he would cook us like just amazing grilled cheeses when we were like 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah,
they were good.
Just be hungry and be teenagers hanging out playing Twisted Metal video games. He'd go in there and put out different kind of cheeses and put the butter on that bread and butter the pan right. And he's good at it. We'll start off.
Let's see, we got something about holding. You can go on.
Yeah, we got some local stuff here. The Spring Garden boys wound up falling over there. Me and Dean went over and covered that game. They lost. The first one was at 23. Kind of got away from them. They had to go through several pictures. The score don't define the game. They had like a big grand slam, and they worked through some of their pictures to try to
take one of their pictures out, their main one.
Yeah.
Well,
Cam had to come out, and they wound
main one for that game. Yeah.
Putting in 2 or 3 others so they didn't have to pitch Landon because they knew they'd need him for game 2. So they come in that evening. We were still there, and they wound up winning that game 7-5.
The second one.
Yeah.
Take 5-1.
5-1. Yeah, 5-1.
With Landon going. Yeah.
I was thinking about So they win the second game, then they play the next day,
morning.
and they couldn't get her done.
No.
The Mars Hill's good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's.
I expect Mars Hill to advance past the next round.
I would too.
And maybe the next after that. They win it.
They may go. They'll probably make a run at state, but they'll always run into some team that's like them, some private school that's got a little more than they do. So I mean, when you got the best, you got a little more money, and you got the best coaches and the best hitting coaches, and it makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
When you only got a guy or two helping versus those guys in that dugout, like how
you got D1 athletes out there.
All their coaches have been and played college ball and have been trained to. Didn't
you say one of their players was going to play football at Arkansas?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that is correct.
That's big.
And we've seen lots of posts. I've seen some of the boys from the Bass kid to Andrew to Chaz and some of the guys on the team just, kind of saying, thanks to everybody that's been around and covered us. And I told them we love all of them. And it was, we've had a good time covering football. Baseball, some of them in basketball.
Hope hit 2 home runs.
Yeah.
The one we slammed that one.
It went over quick. So it has been fun covering them. And we see kids come and go and we get attached to them, especially that group, because our first big show that we that we really reached out and started covering the county more, we got over there and got hooked up with Luke and Riley and them in Weston, and we covered their football all the way down to the playoffs. And you get attached to the kids and you get to know them because, see, everybody else went out early in the playoffs that year and they were still running. So we just kept going to their games and covering them. And you just get to know them. And you know me. Like Luke, I've known him since he was a little boy. But I like talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of get to know him.
Boy, he's a good athlete.
And they're good kids.
Chaz
and he's going to play at Berry.
Yeah.
So, him and Burleson may be room together. That'll be good for both of them, have some people there. So, I'm saying hats off to all the seniors and Cedar Bluff guys, Jacob, Preston, and Connor, all the kids, that played.
Right.
And we've covered T. Whitefield. He was a senior this year, and
Pruitt.
And Walker. Man, I've known them boys since both of them they were little. So it's just been real enjoyable to, to cover them. And to be.
Whitefield been here his whole life? For a while?
Long as they were kids.
I thought he started later. I didn't know.
Yeah, he played football with us when he was a kid. He was 8. So
I didn't know.
When I met him, he was probably about 8. He was probably 7, 8 year old when I met him. They may went to like kindergarten, first grade somewhere else, and then come over here. Or maybe they was here and I just hadn't met them yet. But I met them through football. Me, Bubba Pruitt, and Kilgrove had the Ravens football team over there. So hats off to all the baseball and softball girls, that's finished up their seasons, I guess. And
we sound good.
All the seniors. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
That's why I wasn't ignoring.
Yeah, it's been a good season for softball's been a little better this year. The team just in general. No knock against our baseball guys. We love you guys, and so their action will be starting Cedar Bluffs Tuesday.
Yeah,
at home area tournament. Spring Garden. The Garden girls will host their tournament because they're leading. It's gonna be pretty tough. Now the girls, the Spring Garden, they beat Raglan 10-3 other day. I think I was talking about the area championship. They'll be hosting that. Now Center girls, I just had said something about that.
Exactly.
Wow, Dean. They go in there and win the area. Emma Hill was the MVP of the tournament. They won 6-1 versus White Plains. Williams and Hill had multiple hits. Hill was out there on rubber. She had 12 strikeouts. Coley, Carson, their only senior,
that's their only senior.
So I shared a picture of her for
and there's only 3 boys, right? 3 or 4?
4. I think there's 4.
Wow.
And then
crazy.
Neil Lee's daughters, they play. They're really young too. And a Hill girl and the Williams, of course, Marcus's daughter. Boy, she slammed one the other day over there when I went and watched them play. They were playing Sandrock. I went over and covered them. Yeah, as soon as she hit it, he was like, yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Like we kind of did that one the other day.
They all had big hits, Coley, Lee, Hill, and Williams. 4th inning kind of sent it off for Center to go ahead, and I'm proud of them. They had a tough game against Sandrock. They had a few little spaces here, there, little errors and stuff they did, and that just kind of messed up, but they kept a good spirit. What a great coaching crew over there, and Brad will tell you he's the first one to say, I don't do it. It's Caitlin and them. The girls run this team. I'm just the big, mean, ugly guy that hollers at them.
He said his first order of business.
Yeah. Wow,
to get them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. Two all-county, all-state.
Right.
Multi-sport.
One of them played D1.
Volleyball.
Both of them might.
Softball. They was good at everything. The Millsaps girl and the Griffin, of course.
Yeah,
y'all are local. Y'all know who they are.
Played at South Alabama.
So
Griffin did.
And Brad will tell you quick. So congratulations to them on their winning their area. So we're proud for them. Cedar Bluff girls. That's red. They played Piedmont the other day, 4-3.
They won.
No, they lost. And Thursday they beat Sandrock. We went to that game. Remember a couple of days ago? Was it last week? They won 7-6.
Well, that was last week, right?
Yeah. Tuesday and Thursdays their area games. We mentioned Sandrock girls. Looks like they lost Friday, 7-4, and Ella Grace had her 300th career strikeout. They beat Center 7-5 that day that I was there. It's a great game.
300.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
So that's kind of
I'm looking at the.
That's kind of local stuff, and
looking to see who some players.
I got some SEC drafts here. And we're going. We're going to start talking about that. You want to do NBA? You want to talk about NBA stuff?
Yeah. Let me maybe the NBA,
and we'll get into the draft, guys.
So we're down to the Elite Eight in the NBA, Matt. Of course, we've got Milwaukee playing Boston, and the 76ers are taking on the Heat, Miami Heat, Golden State, and Memphis are playing, and the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns are playing. All right, and two of those hadn't started, but Milwaukee and Boston started today. Milwaukee beat them 12 points.
Yeah.
In Boston, which kind of shocked me.
That's the triple-double.
Giannis triple-double.
Mentioned earlier, yeah, who's going to beat them?
I'm going to predict them to go back.
Yeah, I would too.
You wouldn't go in Boston Garden against a hot team like that, man.
I think so too.
Drew Holiday, 25 points. Bobby Portis, 15 and 14. Golden State, Matt, comes back and wins by 1 over Memphis, 117-116.
Well, why not?
Take a guess how many threes were shot in this game?
62.
No, 78.
Yeah.
That's close. All right, listen.
That's normal for today's.
Curry had 24. Of course, Thompson and Green scored in double figures. But Jordan Poole led them with 31. And for Memphis, Ja Morant, 34. Jaren Jackson, 33. So, Golden State's up 1-0, and Milwaukee's up 1-0. And Philadelphia plays Miami, but their best player is out indefinitely.
Yeah.
Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
But I'm still going to pick them to take Miami out. I think Milwaukee will beat Boston, and I think Milwaukee and Philadelphia will meet.
I think Butler's still.
Jimmy Butler, he's showing out.
Yeah, he's
showing out.
There was something going on. I heard some controversy about him. What was it? There's something a tweet sent out, or I don't know, something.
And do you think Phoenix will hold on and beat Dallas? Booker's back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. With that being said, I would assume so. Yes.
I'll just be honest. I think we're going to see a rematch. Now I don't know who's going to win that yet. I can't tell.
Yeah, I need to wait another series. Let's get on in a little bit deeper.
But as of right now, I think Milwaukee will advance over Boston and play Philadelphia, and I think Golden State and Phoenix will meet for the conference championship.
And who's going to meet for the?
I'm thinking
Philadelphia and the Bucks meet for the East.
Yeah. I think Philadelphia will win anyway, even though Embiid's out. I mean, they still got James Harden. They still got Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. I mean, they got a lot of good players.
Yeah,
a lot of good players.
Yeah, I'm excited. This next round will be more.
Yeah,
I get into it more because I mean, we cover NBA, but we don't just like pour into it.
No,
we're
not sitting up studying.
No, we're not. No, we're just gonna give you scores, and some people, start watching it right now, so we want give y'all scores, and most, but a lot of our audience don't really care about NBA very much.
Drake London.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Good edge rusher. Ryder, he'll be at Atlanta also.
But we're about done. I mean, we're getting on down there in basketball. We're really not about done, but there's 8 teams left.
Yes.
And ironically, they're probably the best. That's not ironic. That's just the way it works out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the 76ers.
Yeah, do without MB.
Yeah, finish out. That's tough, man.
Yeah. And plus, I don't know. I think Miami's got home court advantage. Miami may win that series. I may be wrong on that.
Yeah, if you picked either way, I don't think you can go wrong.
I just
think
don't
you can go wrong with
Boston dropped. That hurt today, losing it home.
Well, you can't. You don't want to.
You just can't. And now you got to go back. You may win the next one, but you got to go back to Milwaukee for 3 more games.
You don't want to lose at home, man.
No,
because your fans just put you in that state of mind.
But again, and me and Matt agree 100% on this. There's not a better player in the world right now than Giannis.
Yeah,
I don't even try to pronounce it. What's his last name?
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
I don't. I mean, who else is there? I mean, some people say, Skeleton Man, KD. He's good.
He is.
He's up there.
He's a scorer.
Yeah. Of course, everybody have the LeBron fans, and that's fine. He's a good player too.
A lot of praise.
I've liked him since. I mean, I've been following.
No, I like him now. He's
when
good.
he come in day one, I liked him.
Him and Brown, Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wished Kyrie would have stayed, man. I wished he would have stayed.
Yeah, man. Boy, could you imagine him with him?
He'd have
right
stayed
now, of course, they had
Boston.
that before, and it didn't work out. But
man, if he just would have stayed at Boston.
Yeah. Let's see how many. Every game I look at it.
Well, Kyrie's one of them. He's a flat Earth guy, so their thinking processes are a little different than ours. Not that it's wrong, but just different.
Let's see how. I want to see how many Brown and Tatum. Every time I look, they've scored 40 between them. Every time. It's just unreal how consistent they are too. All right, Celtics lost today. Let's see here. I got this Celtics. Not today. They scored 33. That's still pretty good.
It's still not very bad.
No, 33 between. But and that's pretty much it for the NBA, man.
Okay, and we like the Heat may, we don't know. And of course we like the Bucks.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get through.
I kind of catch myself pulling for the Bucks a little bit. I do like the Celtics though. Yeah. I'm not a huge 76ers or Miami Heat fan.
No, and of course we like.
And I'm really pulling for Phoenix.
Who's really going?
Chris Paul.
Yeah, who's going to go against Phoenix? I mean, Golden State's. They're going to be tough out now.
Oh yeah.
The Splash Brothers get hot. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, they throw up.
They can throw up 40 on you in a heartbeat.
I mean, if they put up, hit say 7 or 8 threes apiece one night.
They scored 65 the other night. 65 between them.
Yeah. That's most teams are only scoring about 80.
I saw
in a game
that in the 1980 NBA Finals, Game 6, Los Angeles won it. Beat Philadelphia. Beat
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Yeah.
And, Magic, Kareem didn't play. And Magic Johnson and Jamal Wilkes, who I don't remember playing, but they combined for 79. Okay. 79.
Since you brought that up, I'll say I flipped through an old YouTube video and come across this. It was Jordan's first game against the Lakers. First time he went out there and played them. And Worthy was hurt that night or something, didn't play. So it was Kareem and Magic and
Byron Scott.
Yes. Boy, I forget. Guys, if you don't know who Byron Scott, I forgot.
Right.
So Byron, I know he's watching right. Let me look right in the camera. Sorry, I forgot how good you are.
I think he's very overshadowed.
Byron Scott was good. So any of you podcast listeners, younger guys, if you're not probably at least, late 30s, you don't know who he is. If you're not 35 or older, you wouldn't know.
No.
I forgot. So I'm watching him play, and it was like kind of like the whole game nearly, but it had cut it up down to about a 40-minute video. And Michael, man, Jordan, you forget how his moving in the lane, he would get down there and dribble, and he's just left, right with the ball, and he's moving, and he gets people off balance, and he takes off to the lane, and he just scores kind of when he wants to. Right, this was the first time he went out there.
Right.
They wound up.
Of course, you got all those fans,
and they wound up beating them. 3-4 years later, they wound up going out there and playing them in the finals and beating them. A few years later,
right? They did.
Guys, I'm just not, and we've said this before, I don't got any use for listening to anything about LeBron being the greatest player ever. Just
No, you
Stop
don't
it.
you don't even want to hear it.
Just no. Go that. I mean,
We
going back and watching that and seeing him play.
Yeah.
And his, second year out there, first time playing the Lakers. We're talking about the Showtime Lakers. He beat them. Do you know who was on that team with the Bulls those years?
Just him, and there wasn't even Scottie Pippen, was it?
No.
Just him. Bill Cartwright?
And they won. No.
Horace Grant? Maybe?
No. Oh, no. Nobody. I think I may have been.
I think Cartwright.
I think he was the only one there.
Cartwright.
Guys, Michael beats Magic and Kareem. Well, Michael's a lot younger than MC, and the Magic was. No, they're not. How many years? Look up their birthdays, guys. There's like
28.
There's like 4 years between Magic and Michael.
I get tired of people saying Magic was old. He was 30 when he quit.
They were a few years apart. There's more years between me and Dean than there are between Magic and Michael.
Wait, let me take that back. I'm sorry, guys. He was 31.
But that argument that, Magic had reached his pinnacle. No, he didn't.
Well, he did not in 1986.
What are you talking
really
about?
Say that?
Yes. Well, Magic was getting older in age. Kareem now was a little older. Yes.
Yeah.
But who was stopping him?
35.
But nobody was when he hit those hook shots. And old Cartwright tried to go up, or some old goofy-looking tall white guy that Bulls had. Kareem he scored at will.
The arguments are
He
weak.
had like 30 that night.
Oh, they've even gone to complete slander on the argument. Just to say they wasn't talented back then. They wasn't the talent.
Okay, and here's what you do. I've downloaded a video, and I'll.
It's better now. Yeah, they don't even play college ball now.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. I'll share this video on our page after we're done. And right now we're going to get into the draft picks from Bama, Auburn, Georgia, and a few mentions. If you take all the wins from teams of the East back in the mid-'80s to mid-'90s and take their winning percentage of how many games they won versus the time that LeBron was in the East with the Heat or the Cavaliers, it's not even close. The older school guys won more games because they were more dominant. What Hall of Famers did LeBron beat besides one game when he beat Golden State? The time he said in his barbershop, well, I guess this makes me the greatest ever. You won one real one and 3 others, right? You got 4. That one game was good.
Yeah.
And that was a solidified, he has a real polished diamond in his ring when they beat Golden State that year. But a lot of news writers would argue and thought Kyrie was the MVP because he hit a lot of the last minute shots.
I think he averaged 26 points a game in that.
To say that the talent's better now, athletically, there are some better athletes now than they were.
Not better basketball.
But as a whole, in general, yes, and the reason people assume that these things are happening from what they see, that these players are better, like, John Morant being the, MVP, rookie, whatever this season, this year, or whatever. He is good.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. He plays a lot of energy. But guys, what you've forgotten, you older guys that think LeBron's better.
Morant's not any better than Dominique Wilkins was.
The league then was allowed to hand check and those kind of things. So the game didn't flow quite as well as it does now. Back then, teams were scoring 100 to 120. The Bulls and the Lakers had 120-point games in the finals those years. And what I'm saying is now you're on the foul line a lot, right?
A lot. Oh, yeah.
And that leads me to my last statement that LeBron's free throws percentage is bad. No matter how you want to cut it, it's bad. That's why people say, well, he takes a lot of clutch. No. Go back and count how many times he shot the ball in the last seconds of the game. It's not even close.
They actually get on him about that.
It's not even close to what Michael was shooting them. I think the statistic was over 50%, and LeBron's is like 27 to 30%. That's why, because he can't shoot free throws, so he dishes the ball. Okay, so the league toughness, no, that's by percentage of games, that's wrong. And
I don't even want to hear that.
And by him taking last second shots, that's wrong. That's out. You can't take it as a whole longevity thing. And lastly, he's going to pass Abdul-Jabbar for scoring. Well, when you lead the points that you score are from 0 to 3 feet from the basket, is 40-something% of your shots, 47% of your shots or so, 0 to 3 feet, guys. That's put back. So if you want about who's scoring the best, well, Embiid and them, I think they would be first because they have more points than anybody. And if they could play as long as LeBron could.
Now, he gets the longevity award. He's got that dead to right.
And that's why he's
greatest, the longest.
That's why I'm saying, well, he's the greatest because he leads the score. He outscored Michael big time. Yeah, but see, Michael was shooting basketballs from mid-range.
Most of the time.
He don't have 47% of his points do not come from 0 to 3 feet from the basket.
No.
LeBron's is because he's a freight train. He's a bigger guy. He's bigger and stronger than everybody, and he gets putbacks. When a ball rolls off front rim with a rebound, he goes back up with it. Or he's getting lobs. They're getting lobs at the rim. That's why he leads in scoring. So there's your 3 calculations, and I'll move on.
Well, I don't really. I mean, you can say that nobody played back in the 60s and 50s, but don't say it about the 80s. I mean, look at all the guys in the Hall of Fame. Olajuwon, Wilkins, Thomas, Dumars.
LeBron is good. We're not saying he's not. And by saying Michael's the greatest is not saying, and LeBron is garbage. That's not what we're doing.
No.
He's like, I got him 6 or 7 on my list. Now I got Kobe and Bird and Magic. I got those guys. I had people that I've seen play. Kobe's up there for me. Man, he's outstanding. And I think a lot of what plays in for me personally, and it may not for you, their emotional connection to the game. Kobe's emotional connection to the game, how he took control, and he would just get in your face and tell you, I'm about to drop 40.
I love it and I've only seen this once.
The killer instinct, the Mamba.
And obviously it was a younger player. It was a younger person. I'm not going to say he's real young, but to actually laugh because Larry Bird's in the top 10. I mean, are you kidding? I mean, like, you laugh?
No.
Did you see what they averaged his 9 years? Did you see that post today about his 9 years when he was in his prime? They averaged 61 wins a year. Of course, you can go, well, they wasn't playing nobody.
Well, who they were playing? Let's go back and check the book, see who was in the Hall of Fame. Who Hall of Famers again? The first question.
Oh my gosh, Barkley, Moses Malone, Julius Erving.
That was the first question I asked. I think was what players besides that Golden State team has LeBron just put out? He got beat by a bunch of old dirty German white guys and an old crippled up guy from the Spurs. Are you kidding me? Dirk Nowitzki? What?
Yeah, Spurs. They.
Man, come on! You're supposed to be the child. I mean, like you got it tattooed on your body. You're the one, the golden child. And you lose to a bunch of old white dudes and some guy looks like he's in a Russian mob? What are you talking about?
They lost. What is he, 4-5 in the final? Oh, they say. I mean, they got an excuse for everything. He just don't. Well, he's not getting nobody playing with him.
Well, who'd Michael have? He had Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen played one time Olympic team. Do you know how many times LeBron played at the Heat? He played with 2 Olympic players, Bosh and Wade, Olympic athletes.
Scottie Pippen
led their team. But Scottie Pippen is not.
Look at their other 3 starters.
Is Scottie
Luke
Pippen
Longley?
Is he better than D Wade? Scottie?
Probably not much.
Yeah, it could go. If somebody said no or yes, I'd be like, okay.
He's taller.
I mean,
better defensive player.
D Wade's a baller.
Oh yeah.
Did people forget about how good he was before LeBron came? He run that team. Now he had come off.
He was great. They'd already won one.
Yes, he had slipped off a little because his knees. He had some knee trouble.
He was still great.
Man, Chris Bosh. Was he a nobody? Dude, he played. Didn't they win gold in the Olympics?
Well, let's see. Okay.
What other player on the Bulls, what other guy did Michael have that won an Olympic gold medal?
Well, let's see this. Okay, you had Chris Bosh. He's better than Horace Grant. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay. That was their 3rd best player. Grant was, and then it was Kukoc the last time around, the last 3. And Bosh was also better than Tony Kukoc. Kukoc, I would think, probably. Wouldn't you?
And overall, yes.
Yeah.
Now at times, Tony could light it up.
Oh, he could.
He had many moments in games.
Yeah.
But when he left,
now Bosch rebounded big time.
But what happened when Michael left?
They just disintegrated.
Well, what happened to Scotty? Why didn't they win one, guys? Why happened? Because the king is gone. Well, they ain't never beat a team like LeBron and them beat. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why, Dean. Let me tell you why Michael never beat a team like LeBron has beat. Because Michael was the team. They were the ones winning 72 games. They were the ones to beat. They were the one being hunted.
They were the best team.
They were being hunted. When you win 3 in a row and miss a year and come back and win 3 more, are you joking?
Well, let's see. The first one they beat Worthy, Johnson, Magic, Byron Scott. The second one they beat Clyde Drexler. Third one they beat Barkley.
Now
Then he beat Peyton and Kim.
The Barkley win, yeah. Charles is about the only guy on that team.
Yeah. They had old Dan Marley. You remember him?
Yes, and he was good. But, I mean,
Then they beat Malone and Stockton twice, and Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
And people that don't know, that Gary Payton and Sean Kemp team had won 70-something games. They were exploding on everybody.
Yeah.
They were Gary Payton was like Defensive Player of the Year.
I didn't even think that was a good series. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. None of these were close.
They
swept. I take that back. The Phoenix one was.
They swept them. In all finals, they won.
They never went 7.
They never played 7. They swept the Sonics. And you just don't know unless you watched it. I watched it, and if I'm telling you that I've seen something live, both of them, it's not close. So what we need to do is compare them by position, and by position, LeBron's probably not even the best person by his position. If we want to start getting into statistics and numbers and assists, right. The only thing he beats Michael in is assist,
right?
Because he is more of a passer, and he's like he's 3% better. I think. He's a 34% 3-point shooter, and Mike's like a 31% 3-point shooter.
Okay.
And that's because they didn't shoot. That's not a prevalent part of the game now. Back then, it was not.
71. Jordan won 71% of his finals game. 71. 24 and 10. 24 and 10.
I'll take that anytime.
Yeah.
So,
but to say they're not playing anybody, I mean, come on. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Drexler's in the Hall of Fame. Barkley, that's 2. Worthy and Johnson,
Elijah,
that's 4. I don't think he played against Elijah one. I don't think they played Houston. They played Portland. Remember, that's for Drexler.
Yeah, the Trailblazers.
Peyton's in the Hall of Fame. That's 5. Malone and Stockton. He played against 7 Hall of Famers in the finals.
Elijah won it the year he was out.
Yes, both years.
Then, yeah, because when he come back, they lost the Shaq and them.
And here's another little. Okay, I'm fixing the end all argument. Elijah one, who was Jordan's competition.
He's great.
They swept Orlando Magic, who was led by Shaquille O'Neal and Anthony Hardaway.
Oh, Penny. Love him. Love him. Huge fan of
I don't
him.
think nobody is going to admit that them two were no good.
Now, Grant and them almost beat them, the year when they went down without Michael. They played Shaq and them.
Yeah.
They played them close.
Yes, they did. Yes. That was when they were led by Pippen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else to say, guys.
Yeah.
I'll download that video. I'll send it to you, and you watch it. It's a guy that he's a fan. He's about our age, and he breaks it down by departmentalized, not as a whole thing. Let's talk about this. Well, I'll send that to you, and y'all can look at it.
Here's what kills me: 24 and 10 in the final, with a 33-point average. 33, and where's the argument? Where's the argument? 33?
Well, for me, personally, this is just me, and don't mean everybody. Like I said about Kobe, for me, guys, it's the personality. It's how Mike played the game. He was a butthole. Everybody didn't like him. He got in fights with his teammates. That's the way Kobe was. It's just I really enjoy a man that loves something so much that it just completely takes him over until he just refuses to lose. Who can do that? Who can take a pro sport and say, I'm not losing today. I'm going to score 50. Watch me. And they do. How do you do that? LeBron will never do that. It's not his personality. He's just a laid-back guy. I've never heard any dirt on LeBron.
No.
He does. He gives plenty to foundations. He's built a dang school up there around Akron to help kids go to school. He does. When have you heard about him cheating on his wife? Never.
No, I've never heard.
You heard about him beating his kids? No.
Never heard of him having a drinking problem.
Drinking, like smoking like Michael? No, not even close. Not even close.
No gambling.
No, nothing. I mean,
which not really frowned upon in the league unless you're gambling on the league you're playing.
Your own team.
Yeah, which is what Calvin Ridley and Pete Rose suffered from.
But it's not a knock against LeBron, guys. He's just not that. He's number 7 on my. He's. If you go and ask the league, if you go to the league and ask all the players and even old guys that played against Michael, it's 76% of the league says Michael's the guy.
Oh yeah, he is. I don't even.
Go ask whoever you respect as a player. If you knew some guys that played some college ball and they're about our age, ask them who they think. They're around the game and know it well. Mm-hmm. It's not close. It's how he played the game, guys. It's just how he took over games, and he just didn't lose. Not in the finals.
No.
Did he lose games? Absolutely. Did he miss shots? Yeah, he missed. I seen him miss a bunch of shots in that Lakers game.
I think he shot 50%.
He nearly missed like the game-winning shot. There were like 50 seconds left, and he comes down, and old dude kicks the ball out to Michael, and it's one of those top of the key right there at the free throw line. He don't miss. Hey, he put it off the back of the iron. Bang. And the Lakers rebound the ball and go down and score. But you know what? Mike runs down the court on that, and gets the ball. And he don't even bring it up. The other guy, he wouldn't even bring the ball up. This is how.
Right.
He didn't even bring the ball up in these games. The other guy, a little short black guy.
Was it
Brown?
Armstrong?
No. He wasn't there till way later. It's 10 years before his time.
Oh, really?
This is the first time he played at L.A. 87.
Oh, shoot. It ain't no telling. It probably was Brown.
And the coaching.
I have no idea.
Let's go and go look at the coaches for the Lakers then. It was, what's his name? Riley?
That right?
What
one of the greatest
talking
coaches
about?
ever.
And look at the guys coaching the Bulls. Who?
Phil Jackson.
It wasn't Phil Jackson.
Oh, it wasn't even Phil. Oh, it's probably that guy with the curly hair before.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Who? Who's the? No, ain't even close. A bunch of no names. Maybe I think Cartwright was playing, and some curly haired white guy with glasses that just knew who Michael was and thought, well, he's getting the ball a lot. He didn't even bring it up the floor. None in the night. When they inbound the ball, Michael never brought it up.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
He's a shooting guard.
Right.
They let the point bring it up.
He was always a shooting guard.
But later on,
right,
when they figured out, then he brought the ball up the court.
Yeah.
But he still don't lead in assist. Because he come down and he shot it. And he said, I'm going to shoot it.
22 times a game.
And I'm going to hit it. And he hit most of them. If he'd have played as long or been as healthy, he could have passed a lot of records.
He shouldn't have took that time off.
Well, he had to.
I don't think there would be no debate. He might have won 7 or 8. Well, I don't know if Houston could have played with him. Houston was good the 2 years.
I would like to have seen it.
I'd love to have seen them in Houston.
But he had to. He was in a gambling trouble. And I'll always believe that the bookies, Joey the Fish, told Mike, said, look, man, you're 1.2 in debt with us. You're going to have to. The only way we will escape your debt will be if you quit basketball today.
Mm-hmm.
And he obviously had to agree.
He actually only quit for a year and a half.
So I'm going to quit and I'll go play baseball, but I'm going to come back. Well, okay, you can come back, but we've got to give some of these other money guys a run. Mm-hmm. And you owe us a bunch of money. Or he was costing him a bunch of money because he was just winning and people had quit betting. Because they was just betting on the Bulls to win all the time.
Well, yeah.
So that's not good for Vegas, is it?
Well, no. I mean, if it's a sure thing, how
can Vegas win money on that?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've never bet on ball games. I mean, and there's never a sure thing.
Yeah, how are you going to,
He was a sure thing.
So he had to go away. And I've heard from other places that he was in debt.
He went 73 and 72 and 10.
He owed some people some money, so.
He owed some money.
I'm
sorry, we got another message
quit this
somebody.
Podcast here. All right, guys, we'll be back. We're going to get into the SEC in the draft. Thank you guys for hanging around.
Yeah. I'm anxious to hear this.
We're fixing to get into this.
Sorry.
We'll be right back.
Okay? I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to save that one. We'll see that.
You might want to do another one.
That's what I'm going to do. No, I'm just doing a local NBA, local and An NBA. And recorded the episode. Then we're going to add another one. All right, here we come back. All right, let's do SEC stuff. This is pretty good. I got some mentions in here, Dean, of other players that we like. And
can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
And this is the last thing I want to say about basketball. About how many championships has Tim Duncan won? 4?
Tim Duncan.
If you was to put him in your top 10, somebody would mock you.
I was a him.
He was great.
David Robinson, yeah. Robert Horry has how many rings?
7, but I mean I can't put him in the top 10.
He's the greatest to ever play the game. He's got all the rings. That's the argument you get from LeBron lovers. Right. Well, if Robert Horry ain't the greatest to ever play, the rings don't matter then. You're right, they don't. Because Michael Jordan had the heart of a evil basketball lord, and he would take your soul out and step over you and win the game. He refused to lose. LeBron's not that guy. He's not a leader. LeBron is Robin. He needs a Batman. Mm-hmm. Well, you've seen it. There's more facts for it this year and the last year than any. Right. He's got to have AD. Without AD, he can't win. He's not going to win without a Batman. He's not Batman. He's Robin. And there's nothing wrong with Robin. I like Robin. God dang, he's a great superhero, but he's a 2. LeBron's going to bring the ball down the court, pass the ball, get to the rim, and get it back and score at the rim, or let another guy shoot, and he's going to rebound and put it back. That's what he's good at. Mm-hmm. That's not really Michael's game. Michael's going to come down and point over in the corner and say, I'm going to dribble between my legs, I'm going left and right, I'm going to go over in the corner, I'm going to hit 3. Mm-hmm. And then he'll do it. He's going to talk about it and talk about your mama when he's jogging down the court.
Right.
Right. Doing that. That's not his style.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. He couldn't even, I like to see LeBron light up with Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller would have LeBron feeling about this tall. He wouldn't even be able to shoot the ball. He'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Could. You think he could play against Larry Bird and something like that? Put him in the ring with Thomas and Len Beard and them.
Mm. Right.
He would be so frustrated. You couldn't play ball back then.
Right.
He was mad. They talk so much garbage. So much garbage.
Yeah.
Number one crap talker is Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Said to be.
Yeah. Larry Bird, big time. Jordan. I don't think Magic Johnson had said that.
I hadn't heard that. He wasn't much of a talker. No. James Worthy, neither.
No, none at all.
No.
Jabbar. They were a little more feistier than they come across, so they seemed quiet.
They were a good team. They were just running, gun, and fun.
I don't think Elijah once said much.
All night long.
Ewing. Barkley, obviously.
Boy, Pippen got him one night. Pippen dunked on Ewing. Yeah.
Patrick Ewing was fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes. A lot of good players. Now, we'll talk about draft. We've been over that a little bit.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
It's like Bama had about 7. Evan Neal, offensive tackle, goes to the Giants.
1. He was the first one.
Yes. Williams, receiver, went to the Lions. Michie winds up at the Texans. Mathis, defensive tackle, goes to the Redskins. Mm-hmm. Christian Harris, linebacker, Texans.
Good pick.
Robinson Jr., running back, Washington. Yeah, since 2009 to now, present, 110 draft picks they've had. That's a record.
That 2009 is kind of when everything got to rolling.
Yes.
Right?
61 players in the first 2 rounds.
So that was it. That was the 6th.
Yes, those are the Bama guys. Auburn had the one McCreary and went to the Titans.
What round he go? A defensive back?
Third, corner.
Okay.
Now Smoke and Jacoby McClain.
They didn't go?
As of yesterday, no.
Wow.
I don't know if it was their.
How many players? Just name the players from Georgia that didn't get drafted. That'd be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They had, looks like had 15 total. 14 players is a new record for a season. 5 defensive players in the first round. Walker, number 1 overall, goes to Jaguars. Not my number 1 pick or anybody's. Kind of
shocked.
Kind of lost me.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis, the guy that they thought should have won the Heisman, that took a nap.
Yeah.
Didn't even play the first time Alabama played him. He just stood on the sideline.
Uh-huh.
He took care of business the second game, though.
He did.
Hats off to him. Louis Cien, which we love him.
Yes.
Defensive back, he's at the Vikings. And Jordan Davis, sorry, he went to the Eagles.
Cien went to the
Vikings.
First round?
Yes.
Wow.
Quay Walker and the White
Mm-hmm.
guy, W-A-T-T, White.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers traded up and traded around and wound up getting both of them.
This is defensive player.
Yes, Green Bay got both of them.
Wow.
Pickens, our little buddy down here from Hoover, he is a Pittsburgh Steeler now.
Wow.
He will be playing.
Good.
He will be
Pickup.
catching the ball from Kenny Pickett.
Yes,
From
yes.
Pitt,
I saw that.
and from reports,
Pickett the Pickens.
yeah, he may come in and play, Dean.
Talking about Pickett.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what some word on the street is. I mean,
well, they had two there. They had Rudolph and, of course, Haskins, who tragically passed away. And I did hear the same story that you and Bailey Blanchard said. He'd ran out of gas
yes,
and was trying to get across the road. Maybe he just didn't see the truck.
that's terrible.
But terrible. But, he was going to have a tough, but I don't know. It's between him and Mason Rudolph now. It was going to be a three. They had three solid quarterbacks.
Pickett may be the guy. So Pickett
Could
to
be.
Pickens. Cook, our guy, we loved him.
Yeah.
Running back, he'll be a Buffalo Bill. I'm excited about that. I'm a Bills fan, by the way. The Bills Mafia in the house.
Help them. Yeah.
I like the Bills. I've been trying to find a hat. If anybody can find me a link for the black logo Bills Mafia hat, I would be excited about that.
Bills Mafia. They got Mafia up there.
They've been out of stock for months. I can't get one.
Really?
I've tried to buy one online since like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to stores. I've been to lid stores all over the place. Don't got them. Can't get them.
Wow.
I'm gonna forget one. I'm gonna wear it. It's just an all black hat with a black Bill symbol, and it's kind of got some. It's a little different color than the black. It's got a little sparkle to it or something.
Right.
And it's really cool. Dean, your stepbrother down there, he will be
Kobe.
playing at the Eagles.
Yeah, they said that was a steal.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
I don't.
Obviously, we don't know nothing about football because we just up here talking about.
I mean, he can run. He's huge. He's been great everywhere he's ever played. High school, college.
Was he not an early second round pick? Late first? Are you kidding?
Well, the article I read said that was absolute steal for the Eagles. Maybe the best pick.
The
way I took it, the best pick in the draft.
It is. I agree.
And nobody can understand. It don't sound to me like anybody really gets why he went so late.
I don't know.
Which I don't think he cares. I mean,
well, he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
Because once he gets out there, and he put out a tweet yesterday and said, "This is a shot out to all the people that passed on me. You're going to find out what happens when you pass on me. I'm going to show you. He's going to light this league up."
Well,
I hope he does.
They do too much thinking sometimes.
As long as he stays healthy, I like him, man. I really like him. We was always a big fan of him.
Oh, yeah, he's good, man.
Tyndale, he'll be at the Dolphins. That's kind of our teams that we cover.
Mm-hmm.
Some mentions, and guys that we talk about in the show. Dean was always a big Brock Purdy fan.
Mm-hmm.
He will be a 49er. He'll go to your favorite team there. And Malik Willis, he will be at the Texans.
See, I thought the Falcons were getting him. They got Ritter,
right? They got Ritter. That's the next pick. Ritter comes off from Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. He will be a Falcon. And Howell, North Carolina, fell off.
Really?
I mean, these guys didn't get drafted.
Howell didn't get drafted?
No.
Oh, God. See, Justin Ross didn't get drafted from
he didn't,
Clemson.
But he will be a Washington Redskin. I'm not calling him Washington. That's just stupid. Nobody's offended. India's not offended for calling a team a Redskin. If we're going to do that, we need to shut down all of them. The Braves and Cows are offended by Texas Longhorns. That's just stupid.
Braves. Well, maybe.
It's ridiculous.
Elon Musk is going to put a stop to some of that. I'm serious.
Yeah, well, he's just letting them, and that Twitter thing.
He said he would not suspend anybody's account, right?
No, he encouraged the LGBTQ. He took down the bots. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, these people that create web pages have bots put on their web pages to create footwork, to create foot traffic, to make it seem like they have a lot of followers, and they really don't. Mm-hmm. So he took all the bots off. So it showed they really have hardly no followers. And the community is insulted by this. They're mad about it. But he said, I don't want you to be, mad about it. I'm not banning you from Twitter. I want you here. Mm-hmm. We want your group. You have a voice because you're an American. Period.
So what we're going to have now is if an LBG member wants to make a bad comment about a heterosexual, seriously, they can do it.
Absolutely.
But
if a
heterosexual wants to make a bad comment about them, he's not going to do anything about that either.
No, I'm not going to police this. It's a free country. And basically, here's how it's handled.
Well, we need to hear that again. I mean, we need to hear somebody.
Yeah, but basically, here's how this would be handled. For everybody listening, this is how you handle it. And if you're listening and you have issues with whatever, let me tell you how to fix it. This is what he said do. Unfollow.
I know.
Just don't read their stuff. Just don't follow me. I just really don't care for Notre Dame football. I just don't. I think it's kind of raised in me from what I heard as a kid from all the bad stories about Notre Dame.
See, I was brought up to hate Notre Dame.
Exactly. Same thing, same era, parents area.
And I did like them when the Rocket didn't play.
Yes, but, I'm just not a fan. So you know what? I don't follow any Notre Dame football stuff. Do I talk about them in their classes? I talk about their coach, about their spring game because I thought it was pretty good. And I like their coach.
I love the coach.
I like him. I think he's a good guy. But I don't follow their team because I'm not a fan. So if you're not a fan of hunting and fishing, so you don't hunt and fish, care nothing about it, then why are you getting an outdoors magazine? Why would you order an outdoorsman magazine? Pick it up and open it. I can't believe it. You see these idiots in these tents. Why would you? What do you need a tent for? Oh, do you subscribe to that magazine? Yeah, I subscribe to it. Well, why would you subscribe to? Well, I just want to get in here and just gripe about it. Don't subscribe to the magazine.
Well, let me ask you something. At what point does it become too much? You can't spread hate either, though.
What's hate? People need to get out of their feelings, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
if you spit it at somebody, all these straight guys and they're think they're great with their women, okay, and then a straight guy can say, well, all you guys are weird because you like people that look like you. That's kind of weird to me. Well, okay.
Suspended.
You spit it, then take it. Now, if you say it, this is how we were raised, our generation, in the hallways. I wear glasses. I 4 eyes. Like an idiot. Clown. Well, you know what happened?
I never said anything to anybody for wearing glasses.
Well, they got their nose busted. And I got in trouble. Mr. Bruce and your daddy paddled me several times for fighting because people have something to say about my glasses. But you know how many times it happened after I punched them in the nose? Usually not again.
I got to say.
Not again. And we were buddies. At PE, guess who's playing together? Me and the boy that got paddled for fighting because he called me 4 eyes. I just get tired of hearing it. Now, sometimes I would hear it and I would ignore it. But after 2 or 3 days.
I got to say, I've never understood.
So that's what
hatred. But among kids. Somebody because they wear glasses?
It's not now because it's cool.
It is. It's changed.
Yeah, now.
But I'm talking about back when, they eat them alive.
Couldn't help it. And
I had buck teeth. I was hounding. I'm like, dude, I can't help but my teeth. You want me to pull them?
I'm fat, but I can lose weight. You ugly, and you can't be unugly. That was always my comeback,
I didn't take up.
But you see what we did? You give it back. And if you played football and you got picked on the field, you had to give it back or you're just going to get run over. You had to. At some point, you got to fight back.
And I can say this without being judged, right? I don't condone violence at all, but as an elementary kid, it's probably good if you smack some people around.
You have to stand up for yourself.
Yeah. No, that's the only time. Now, you can't, when you're 16 and somebody says something to you, backhand them.
I did. But now I'm not saying go to the car and get the gun. What? No. I don't want to end your life. And as a grown man with a child now it's just, I just don't care.
What if, just for devil's advocate, is that what let's say the first time somebody said, you buck teeth looking goofball rabbit, what if I bit him?
That's a good idea.
And it's like, what do you think about my teeth? I'm serious.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
With that, nobody would have ever commented, oh, I didn't do it.
Well, it's just how we live now. But back to the Twitter thing, yes.
Sorry, I don't know. We got off on a rabbit hole there.
That's the way
it
is. And he's just going to if you have something to say and you're gay or you're straight or maybe you're a Christian and maybe you're a Muslim.
You're fine.
It's just say what you want. And if you don't like following, if you see a guy that's giving Jesus post and about prayer, just don't mash the follow button. Mm-hmm. Just ignore. Just move on. It's like you see a guy talking on the side of the street and you're walking down the sidewalk and this guy's just going on. I tell you right now, Satan's the way to go in the satanic church and that's where you need.
I don't like that.
No, I don't at all. I feel sorry for him because
Satan's not on their side.
He's going to have an end day that's going to be bad for him. It's going to be a bad outcome. And really, I feel sorry for
He's
him.
going to get to meet his Lord.
But when you walk by him, are you just going to slap him and stop, idiot? Slap him in the.
Oh, I know.
No, you just walk on by, guys. Kids, if you're listening, if you don't agree with somebody on something and you're on social media, just unfollow. Just don't follow. If you don't like sports at all, you're probably not. If you're a fan of sewing and crocheting, you're not listening to this show right now.
Hey, I'm going to go off on them.
Are you? Is somebody that is a avid crocheter, are they listening to this show right now?
I'd hope not, because they ain't going to hear nothing.
No, of course they're not. And we are not.
Speaking of next week, we will be talking about.
We're going to do curling next week. We're going to get some Olympic stuff. But I'm not subscribing to channels on YouTube that have to do with. I watch street racing. I love cars, and I like documentaries. I like learning things about from old Egyptian stuff to whatever minerals in the ground and how things are found in science and stars. And that's what I subscribe, guys. Dang it, move on, unfollow if you don't agree. So Twitter, that's what he's doing. Just move on. If you don't agree with somebody, who cares?
Yeah, agree with it and whatever said. I hope nobody worships Satan, but if you do, dang, own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Bless her heart. Okay. All right.
Own it.
I had a 6-7 hour conversation at Scott Wright's house one night with an atheist. He was from Rome. At Scott's 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
We talked for hours.
A good conversation.
We talked 2 or 3 hours, had some beverages, and talked 2 or 3 more hours. And it never got as loud as it is right now, and nobody talked over nobody because we both were of the same age and come from the same kind of line of thinking. He didn't agree with me. He thinks Christ was a real person, but coming back from the dead, he couldn't ever grasp the Holy Spirit idea. And I just said, well, it's just, if I'm wrong, at least I lived a good life. If all this is all hocus pocus, but if you're wrong, then you're facing doomsday either way. What a sad existence that would be. Either way, you're just going to the dirts. And if the aliens comes at us and we go to Alpha Centauri, that's what you think. Then just listen to other people. I'm going to have to say something. Yeah. I enjoy having conversation about all kind of stuff. Just stop being so dang sensitive.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Offended.
Hal is the last one we got on to. He's going to Washington.
Hal Sam, yeah. Did you see how many?
I like him. He fell way off, but I think I watched. Okay,
he made 82 big time. They said 82 big time throws in college. That's pretty awesome.
I had watched his pro day or whatever, or his when he went out there and did whatever. Texas is up on Bama 6-0, guys. We in a bad spot.
You bet on them.
I bet he had a good day. Man, he was throwing the ball down the field. I thought he had a good day. He just didn't even get drafted. They just didn't do nothing. Spiller went to the Chargers. We love him.
Got that.
I know, but Bama's going to get to beat. He's going to lose this. And I like Spiller. We're big fans of his.
We like Isaiah.
Chargers. I like it. He's going to be San Diego out there. And it's going to be a good fit for him. Josh Jobe. Eagles.
Okay, Daddy had told me today that he didn't think he got drafted.
He didn't. As soon as the draft ended,
he signed.
Like, as soon as it went off and when they closed the lines down, bring, his phone rang. Hey, man, sorry you didn't get picked up in the draft. We had a few things going on, but we want you at Philadelphia. Please come up and play with us.
I was shocked. What about Bolden?
I don't know. Just look it up. See if you can see something. I'd like to know about him. And then, the Bryant kid, the corner from Cincinnati, the cornerback.
Yes, it was a good.
Yes, he will be at Seattle. He will be at Seattle. Now, here's some few now while Dean's looking that up. Ohio State picks, some guys we've kept up with. I just mentioned them because they're favorite team to win national championship about every year.
Yeah, they will be again this year.
They will be, definitely. Round 1, wide receiver Garrett Wilson went to the Jets, and Olave went to the Saints.
Right back to back, right?
Yes, and round 3, offensive tackle Nick Pettifferry went to the Titans, and then the tight end Jeremy Ruckett went to the Jets. Round 5, defensive end Tyreek Smith went to the Seahawks. And 7th round, D-line Thyro Munford went to the Raiders. So their top guys went to the Jets and the Saints. Olave, keep out New Orleans Saints. We got their flag up right over here in the corner.
They're not bad.
Guest.
Yes. Ravens signed him. It looked.
Who's
he was
this
the
now?
last one signed.
Trey Bolden.
Yes.
Okay.
LeBron Ray, New England picked him up. Christopher Allen has been picked up by Denver. Chris Owens. They said, no, he was not drafted. He signed as a free agent. And, of course, Joe, Philadelphia. Almost immediately said what you said.
Yes.
Hey, and that's it for the draft. Josh, on the phone.
Yeah, my phone's ringing. Let me get the phone.
Right then. Hey, you know that had to feel.
Oh,
you know how.
Those
I'm
5
glad he didn't
seconds.
have to go through a lot.
Like the 5 seconds until they called, he's like, man, he's pretty. I mean, I like Job. He's not first round.
No, I didn't think. I didn't think he was bad.
I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he'd be a third round. I mean, he went way off.
Well, those corners are not.
Did he get drafted at all?
Hey, there's a guy that starts on the team out west from Alabama that played DB that wasn't even one of he was their nickel back.
I like him, man.
And he starts.
Okay, last week, they won. The Braves won the series against the Cubs 3-1, 5-1, lost 1-6-3. Playing the Rangers, think they won Friday and yesterday 6-3. Damaris had the inside park home run. Thought that was interesting versus Rangers.
How you do that in a program?
Yeah, I know. Swanson had a big time homer. Acuna is back. He's in the lineup. He stole a couple bases the other day. And the Braves, they will start up with the Mets series tomorrow. The Mets may give them problems, guys. So if you're listening, you Braves fans, pay attention this week because the Mets are going to be good this year. So I look for them to play them a good game because Bassett will be pitching for the Mets. He's top dog.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Morton will be pitching for the Braves. So
how are the Braves doing so far? They're about 500.
Yeah, they'll be pretty good. I mean, they've
only got 100.
They were the worst team to ever win a World Series last year.
Yeah, ever, right?
Yeah. Rizzo leads the league in homers with 9, and Albus leads the Braves with 6. Riley leads RBIs with 12. Olsen batting average 308. On base percentage 4.415. His on base percentage is 415. That's amazing.
Ozuna and Olsen, I like those two.
The league leaders, the Rockies is C.J. Cron with 7 and
home run.
Yeah, Machado.
Yeah.
We know Machado. He's got 31 hits right now, leads the league in that. And then Miguel for the Mets pitching, he's got 4 wins, leading the league. And
still early.
Way early. So they had a good series with the Cubs there. Cubs ain't terrible. And
they're not slamming home runs like they were in 98, 99.
No. No, the league's different now.
73 and 66.
No, they've cut down on a lot of that extra participation chemicals that you may be taking.
What about these pitchers? Did you see that where there's been more players hit by a pitch? They're on pace to smash that record. And people are fighting and stuff over it. And they came out the other day and they said there was some kind of change to the ball and it's getting away from pitchers.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, there's been all kinds of plunks.
That's interesting. That's the hit right there that changed the game.
And they always go, that's it.
That changed the game. Marcel Darius, number 57.
We're going to end up winning this or what?
I got a feeling that hit changed the game.
I don't know.
They put the other quarterback in, Gilbert. And where'd he wind up? Didn't he go to the 49ers or Seahawks somewhere for a little while?
Played somewhere a little bit.
Yeah. He wasn't too terrible in this game.
No, he wasn't. He came in and did actually better. He didn't think he was going to play.
I thought he did better than I thought he would do.
McCoy's been a journeyman. He's been a long time backup.
They were those ends like Arenas and them and Jackson. They were just eating these guys. They had to figure out Texas. This game took a little while. If y'all are listening, by the way, the TV in the background is playing the 9 game of Bama and Texas, and we're just kind of watching it.
They win.
It'd be big for the program. I mean, we ain't won one, in a while. I hope they can win this game.
We got a friendly bet on this. Friendly. I just hope.
Kind of seafoam still on that.
Set
of wiper blades.
Well, hey,
that's a big. That's a set of. You know what a set of wipers are? I'll tell you how much they are. Because I had to put one on the wife's car, and I've sold them for half my life. Sold parts. That's $50 for a set of wipers. 40,
well, and it's important. And I'm gonna give Matt credit for this.
40 for the cheapers.
But you're not the first friend that's told me, "Good God, Dean, get you some new wipers." But you told me, he's like, "Todd, you got to get some new wipers. I'll put them on. Come by."
Yeah.
It just makes a world of difference.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to get caught out in the rain. You can't see. I can't see good anyway.
Well, that's what's happened. It used to not be a big deal when I was 25.
Yeah, you can turn them on high and it's not hardly hitting none of the water off.
Yeah.
But now you're 50-something. It's like, I can't see good, especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you don't fool around with that stuff.
No, and get Rain-X. Just spend a little money. And if you just want to put one on it, just get the Rain-X wipers. They're about $25 or $30. Go to Advanced or O'Reilly's, whatever, and pick one up.
If y'all are wondering if something works, a lot of stuff in life you hear that's great and it's not as good. It is.
And the Rain-X wipers, it's got it on there. You don't have to do nothing. You just put it on there. That's one I put on Marcus's car.
They can make it that you can go through the perfect storm and not even have to turn
you just turn them on 2 or 3 times and it just beads the water up. It just rolls off. It'll come a big rain. Like when he's coming home from Huntsville, and he can just hit them 2 or 3 times and it puts that Rain-X on there.
You serious, Clark?
That's good stuff right there. The Dean Cam is live.
How y'all doing?
USFL, Dean. I think our Stallions are the only undefeated team in the
I know they're the best team in it.
Only undefeated. They're winning.
Seem like that.
Well,
I've heard a lot of negative things about it from just a few people.
Yeah.
But the majority of people seem to think it's doing well.
It's pretty good. It's good football. Boy, he was running. Look at him run downhill. God, boy, he's amazing.
Who was that?
Ingram. And he's fixing to retire. He's about done. He's fixing to hang it up. Yeah, he got too many quote-unquote friends, and I'm putting up the quote fingers in friends. He's trying to take care of everybody.
Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened. He's a great guy.
Trent Richards.
Yes, he's a good guy, and you get paid a couple $1 million, and you think you got to stay home and take care of all your buddies. They see old young Will Muschamp running that defense at Texas. Everybody wonders where he got his start.
Wilbur.
About there. Look at that jump cut. Ain't nobody jump cut like him. Guys, I'm telling you, boy, Ingram was a beast mode. And he was. Stallions beat the Breakers 22-13. Smith had about 200 yards, 15 for 38, threw 2 touchdowns, and had 1 pick. He rushed for 60 yards himself.
Yeah. I wonder where he played college ball.
I don't know.
I'd like to find out.
Yeah. Now, right now, the leaders for the North, the Generals of New Jersey, are your North leaders. They're 1-1. The South, of course, Stallions. They're 3-0. The Stallions will next play the Tampa Bay Bandits, and yes, the game will be at home. And I think they'll be considered the home. Team.
And the New Jersey Generals, led by Herschel Walker.
Oh God!
At one time,
yeah,
he did great there.
That's all.
He's got the.
That's it.
He's the leading rusher in USFL history.
He still is
for a season.
I almost won't be honest with you. Oh my God! I just killed.
Everybody acts like he was a failure in the pros. He was not.
No, it wasn't.
He had 19,000 yards of all-purpose.
Let's do a look around the room. Let's do a look around the room. All right, we got this over. No, Herschel Walker was one of the best players I ever seen play the game. There's our Cobra Kai.
What are y'all doing? Where's that dog?
Who don't like Cobra Kai? I mean, really. He's out in the Seahawks. And we got behind over here, Saints, man. We're definitely Saints fans. There's our guest couch where Bailey. I did talk to him today a little bit.
Did you hear anything?
No, he's still waiting, and he's hanging in there. And hey,
he was a good guest.
I tell you right now, God is good, and He'll tell you real quick that they ain't nothing better going on than what the good Lord has done for him, and he's just excited to be. Yeah, he's just excited to be doing God's work and having a good time. And
seemed like a great kid.
He is absolutely
good interview. Good.
Yeah, he could come I wouldn't care if he was here every Sunday.
Act a bit shy or anything.
And we could just talk to him. That's what I wanted to do.
He did.
I didn't want him to. I wanted him to tell his story.
Yeah.
But I want him to get to know him. Our guest to get to know, like, what movies do you like? And we'll just shoot the breeze about college football. Or basketball, just kind of.
Well, and I don't want to say that for 24-year-olds. He's 23 or 24.
He don't act that age.
No. So some of those kids, and not all of them, but that guy that just seems so uncomfortable in interviews.
He acts like like us. He's just the old grown guy.
And he
just falls right in.
He didn't seem a bit uncomfortable.
No. I seen James and Ron. I seen them yesterday at the gym. at Bend the Bar. And spoke to them for a minute. And
did they watch?
Oh, yeah. They got a great kid. I mean, and just talking to them more, even if this don't work out for him, I promise you guys, Bailey is going to be okay. Yeah. Bailey is going to be fine.
Yeah.
The good Lord's working his life, and he's just going to wind up coaching somewhere if he don't play.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be a great impact to some child's life because he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's got his head on his shoulders, and he had good parents that help, guide that along.
He acts like he's got a lot of sense.
I know, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but he reminds me of Marcus' son. He's just well balanced. I remember him at a young age.
I wasn't that balanced at 24.
No, but he was like that when I spoke to him when he was like 17. Just kind of, hey, how you doing? And yeah, it's like he just has stuff figured out.
He's not arrogant either.
No, real humble. I mean, he's like all state in every sport and everything. I mean,
yeah.
And he don't talk about it. Like, he don't really.
I mean, he talked when we asked him.
Yeah, but it's not the most important thing in his life.
Yeah. No.
Having his faith, that's important to him, and obviously he's going to go into teaching and coaching too. And whoever gets him, Godspeed to him.
Yeah.
And we much love, and whatever we could do to help. We may call a few principals and pull a few strings for him because we got connections, guys.
Where you want to go? Seattle, Washington.
You want to go up there, Seahawks. Got the Saints. Whatever you're looking for.
Could you imagine coaching high school football in Washington and not ever knowing if you're going to be able to practice? Because it rains constantly.
They's got to be indoor.
I guarantee you every big high school up there has an indoor.
Speaking of indoor, I went and visited Coach O'Brien, Coach Christian. I need to get there and see him again. I need to go I like going there and checking him out. I like visiting him. He's fun to talk to. Very interesting. The things and impacts kids that he's been around and kids that he saw play, very interesting. Their indoor stuff is kind of done up there, turf in, weight room stuff. Got a bunch of strong kids, and I need to go up there and check him out again soon.
Man, I'm making me a list, and this is going to come out.
And shout out to Bailey too.
Yeah.
He will be getting married June the 25th. And he had some kind of something today he had to do.
Oh, did he? Right, tea.
Yes, so that,
I'm going on over the next few weeks and coming up with the top 25 players in the NBA. You got me rolling on it.
Well, yeah, next week we'll have.
That may be 2 weeks from now, but it just made me mad, all that LeBron talk. So.
Next week we may have some of that. If y'all want to come on with us, we may just sit here and rewatch some old football games.
Yeah.
We'll watch Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark. I got to finish that this week.
Yeah. Which one are you on?
I'm on. I've watched 4.
So you need to watch number 5. More.
I'm 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. We'll be on for the next 3.5 hours. We're going to watch 5, 6, and 7. It's been good. But it's a little too much.
Well,
I think Marty's losing it.
Right now where you're at, it is pretty intense right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to update.
I don't care what the circumstances are. If they say if you take this one load and you'll make $10 million, I'm not doing
it. He's got his family into a big mess, and the kids are involved now, and they know what's going on. We ain't gonna spoil it for you guys that hadn't never watched it. But if you have never watched it, Ozark, go to Netflix, check it out. It's like $8 for a month, and there's a lot of good shows. If you like comedy, there's plenty of good. If you like Chappelle or Fluffy or some of those guys, there's a lot of that stuff on there. Newer movies, there's all that kind of stuff on there. Plenty of good stuff on there.
Yeah, Ozark is a great show. It's lived up to the hype.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
But yeah, I don't think a human being could go through what Jason Bateman went through without having a heart attack, at least.
Yeah. I agree.
Most of that shot on the other side of Cartersville in Canton, Georgia. So, that Between Two Ferns is crazy. Have you ever watched that? Was that Galifianakis? Where he interviews them people and insults them. They're just joking around.
Oh, yeah.
They're all in them. He asked Brad Pitt all these questions, and Brad Pitt just sits there and won't even answer. And Keanu Reeves, he's like, when did you realize you were a terrible actor?
I don't know how he does it and keeps a straight face to it. That's what I'm...
Yeah, they keep a straight face.
Let's see. Well, anyway, we'll get off here. We'll let you guys go. We'll catch y'all next week.
Jonah's grown up on this show, hasn't he?
I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it won't let me. Anyway, let's get off here. Everybody don't want to watch Ozark with us. They may.
Come on, man. Let's go back through and see who's dead and who's not.
I don't know why it won't let me.
Did you just threaten Frank Cosgrove?
I don't know why it's not letting me pick the chapters.
Oh, was you gonna watch 5?
I just don't understand what it's doing. All right, let's let everybody go. They probably done tallied off anyway. All right, guys, Apple Cash, thank you guys. We'll be back next week with some more interesting action, local news from area tournaments will be going on through this week. We'll be on Sunday with that and some more NBA stuff.
Yes, a lot more NBA.
And we'll probably, we may break down I'll have something for college football. I may have some players, more guys that we're looking forward to, or some of the better quarterbacks that's played in the past few years. Who do y'all like? Who's some of your favorite quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Get y'all guys involved. We'd like to do that.
Stuff like that right
now. Yeah. All right, we'll see y'all. Peace. All right, so we'll save that. All right, guys, we're signing out on YouTube land again. We thank you guys as always, and hit that subscribe button and catch us, Dean. I mean, how easy is it?
Just all you gotta do is hit the button.
I mean, you subscribe to the channel, and that's all you gotta do. So
easy.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Easiest thing you'll ever do.
All right, we love you, and y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God. And we'll catch you guys.
Have a good week.
Next week.